What's up, YouTube? It's Sweatpants Joe here, and I have Wave 7 of the Masters of the Universe Origins figures already. Not in stores yet, not quite yet. They're supposed to be coming out, I think, this December, but I happened to find 4 figures out here in California, and I figured, even though I haven't reviewed Wave 6 yet, I have plenty of Wave 6 on my shelf. Let's do Wave 7 first, and because I want to get these open and get them out of the way. I've only got one set of these, so I haven't been able to open and play with them yet. Now, the first figure I'm going to open up is the Sorceress. One thing I definitely want to point out is the top says new for 22. So we're already in the 2022 figures, although I think this one will be released before 2022. Obviously, I got her a little bit early. So yeah, here's what the back of the card looks like. So it just shows you how you could pose the figure, and then it's got the on the blister card on the back, it's got the other figures from this wave, and of course He-Man and Skeletor. This is what the back of the card looks like. Look at that artwork. And this is what the back of the card looks like. Imbued with magical abilities from the pool of power, the wise sorceress watches over Eternia for when it needs He-Man for protection. Yes, that's what she does. And here's the sorceress out of the package. And she has the retro style paint job that she had on the original figure, which is based on the Filmation cartoon. And so this is the sorceress that you all know and love. And it's a really dope looking figure. Here's a close-up of her head, the bird. And then it's the same concept as the Castle Grayskulls. You just put the wings in, then you pull them out. You know, it's not a translucent plastic, though. This is a harder plastic. And I feel like this is built a little bit better because of it. It doesn't feel as fragile as the Castle Grayskull Sorceress. Another thing I wanted to point out is the orange paint that is on her head. It's like a higher gloss paint, and it's kind of like a metallic look. It's a little different than the Sorceress that we know of from the vintage line. And I like this paint deco on her face for her makeup a lot more. It's kind of more like a throwback to how the vintage women figures looked. It had more of a pouty lips kind of look going on, and I like that. That's what I grew up with. That's what I like, and yeah, I like it. I like this look a lot better than the one we got with Castle Grayskull. However, I also wanted to point out, zoom out a little bit, and the knees are different. The knees have been fixed now on the women figures. We don't have those wonky knees anymore. We have new knees. So there you go. All the same articulation that applies to the other figures is present on this one. The elbows and knees bends at the feet. The head swivels. So yeah, it's nothing new with the Sorceress here. Everything that you've come to expect from the Origins, you get from her. And here she is next to the Castle Grayskull Sorceress. And the skin tones are completely different. The new Sorceress has more of a suntan going on for her. She's kind of got like that fake orange tan than the original Castle Grayskull Sorceress, who has a paler skin tone. Yeah, different color blue in the eyes as well. It's a brighter blue that matches her outfit on the new one, as opposed to a darker blue on the Castle Grayskull Sorceress. And the knees are different. Obviously, like you see the way I have to stand the Castle Grayskull Origins Sorceress with her one leg off to the side, or else she won't stand with those wonky knees. Whereas this Sorceress, they use the corrected knees, and the knees are better now, and they stand up properly. And there you go. Then you got the translucent plastic. Like I said, it feels like a much better build on this than this. This feels like it's flimsy and fragile, and it'll break. And the new one has a very nice build to it. And there she is from behind. Get one of those shots in there for you guys. That way you can see it. Now the entire wave will come with this mini comic. It is the Challenge of Jitsu. There's my Sorceress instructions. You all know how that works. So there we go. And look at that. We've got, you open up that first page, and what do we have? But we have the Talon Fighter. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's pretty dope that that's in there. So maybe we'll get one of those for Origins soon. So it looks like they all kicked Jitsu's ass in this comic. That's kind of a bummer. Another thing I want to point out is the Stratos in this comic is the other Stratos. It's not the one that we're getting in this wave. It's the original Stratos. So what's the point of having the new Stratos if we have that one in the comic? And since I brought up Stratos, here he is. Stratos the Winged Warrior. It is an old mini comic look. He does not have the gray body sculpt. He has a flesh tone body sculpt, which I thought is kind of cool. I would have rather they had a new character who's an avian and maybe with like a different head. Maybe get rid of the beard. I don't know. You can get rid of the beard and make him a whole new character. But instead we just have Stratos' head on a skin tone body. And I mean, you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. This isn't a must-have if you already have the other Stratos. But if you don't have the other Stratos, there you go. Or you can just buy a whole bunch of these and make these like Stratos minions. And on the back it shows you put the wings on his arms. And he comes with a red jetpack and blue wings. I don't think there's going to be any running changes where he'll have them switched. I think this is just how he comes. Powerful and agile and a natural leader, the mighty Stratos battles evil all over Eternia. And there you see he and He-Man battling it out with a sea creature, most likely from MER-MAN. There's Stratos out of the package. Like I said, it's the same Stratos. You got one Stratos, you got this one. Except this one has a skin tone color mold. The other one has a gray mold. He comes with the wings. He comes with the jetpack. Here he is from behind. He has the furry Beastman bod, which is kind of cool. Like if you want to customize a figure and give him like sexy chest hair, you can get a bunch of these Stratos figures for that. Or I guess you can get Zodak if you can still find Zodak in the stores, but he was a previous wave. But yeah, there you go. That's Stratos. And he's also got the hairy legs. Everything about him is the exact same except his skin color. So here he is next to the other Stratos. As you can see, the differences, the skin color. So the wings are a darker blue, as is the blue on his mask. Completely different shade of blue. And he's also got different color trunks. He has the same dark blue along with gold. Buffalo Sabres being my favorite hockey team. That's pretty cool. The original Stratos has the lighter blue with the red, kind of like the Buffalo Bills. So, actually the Buffalo Bills would be more of the royal blue and the red, I guess. But anyway, the jetpacks appear to be the same red, and the helmets, the masks appear to be the same red. Now that I see my Stratos, I see there's a little bit of a, I don't know if you could catch it on camera, there's a little bit of a paint dab on his helmet, but whatever. You know what? Nothing's perfect. So there you go. There is the two Stratoses next to each other. You're going to build an Avian army. You're going to start with Stratos, throw in your Rey Mysterio figure, and let's go to war. Actually, let's do that. Let's put Rey Mysterio in there so you can see Rey Mysterio next to these guys. So you have your Avian army. I don't have the newest Rey Mysterio. I just have the original Rey Mysterio. So there we go. But let's go. Let's hit the skies. Let's kill some bad guys and win it for He-Man and Eternia and Grayskull. And here is Buzz-Off, the heroic spy in the sky. What I'm starting to like about these figures, and I'll point it really out in Buzz-Off, is the face sculpts are looking more like the retro sculpts than the previous waves, which I think's a good thing, because this looks a lot more like the Buzz-Off that we had in the 80s than some like new interpretation of Buzz-Off. However, his antennas are a little higher, but it helps his helmet stay on. So there you go. That's a win-win. That is an improvement we needed. And here's the back. Shows you how to put the wings on, spread the wings. Buzz-Off was such a cool figure. I remember getting him at Hills when I was a kid. There was you go to Hills and there was a He-Man and Skeletor there to meet people. It was people dressed up as He-Man and Skeletor. And my mom took me there that day. And that day she bought me Buzz-Off. I'll never forget that for as long as I live. So there you go. That's my Buzz-Off story of how I got Buzz-Off back in the day. Leader of Eternia's bee people, the Andrenids, Buzz-Off uses his insect vision to keep an eye on Skeletor's evil plans. And the text is all cut off at the top. Damn it, Mattel, do better. And here Buzz-Off is out of the package, and I just want to say I really struggled to get this weapon in his hand and to stay in his hand. It's not tight at all. It's very loose fitting in the hand. You really got to jam it in there to get it to stay. And once you do, it will stay. But you really got to jam it all the way in there. And the hands don't have any articulation, so they don't open and close. He's just got the standard articulation, at the elbows and the knees. Another thing I want to point out is his feet. And the legs in general. The legs are a new leg sculpt. We haven't seen that yet in Masters of the Universe Origins. That will be the same leg sculpt that they use for Clawful, which comes out in the next wave. And the feet are a lot bigger than your standard Masters of the Universe Origins feet. So yeah, here's Battle Armor He-Man's feet. Here is Clawful's feet. And they are quite a bit bigger. Look at that. They're big feet. Big feet. Here's Buzz-Off from behind. And the wings, they go on. They're translucent plastic, but they are a little harder. They don't feel as brittle as other translucent plastic that we've seen before in this line, which is a good thing. And you can see if you line them up correctly, they come off. And there, I pulled them off, and then you just got this ugly stump sticking out. So I don't know why you'd want to pull them off. But you can. He's got a lot of grooves going on in the back armor there. You can go over it, a lot of bumps. That's Buzz-Off. And let's take his helmet off. And look at those antennae. That's actually really cool. Now that I see this for the first time as I film this, that's a really cool looking figure. I might even keep the helmet off. I love the way that looks. And his eyes have that metallic paint going on that we saw with the Sorceress on her headpiece, like where her hair would be. It's got the same metallic paint, only in blue. But yeah, I really dig those antennas. That is a dope looking head. Look at that. And finally, we have Jitsu, the evil master of martial arts. He is the only villain in this line. And I feel like they did that because in the previous wave, the Green Goddess was the only heroic figure, and she had 3 villains with her. Now they have 3 heroic figures and 1 villain. So you got to make it even up. That's Jitsu. There's the back of his card. You put the sword in his hand. Twist in powerful battle positions. Once again, the text is cut off in the artwork. Ever searching for an opponent who can match him in combat, Jitsu channels dark energies to enhance his fighting power. But look off in the corner there. We have Cyclone. And here's Jitsu out of the package. And he's got that vac metal hand. And it looks really, really awesome. It's really, really shiny. He's got that vac metal looking armor. But it's not vac metal. It's plastic with that metallic paint that we've seen in the other figures. Same goes for his cuffs, his wrist cuffs. Same goes for his boots. And then we'll look at his back. And yeah, I got some paint splotches. Whatever. It is what it is. It's Jitsu. There's his bun. I guess you could take his head off and put it on Ninjor's body. Give yourself a Ninjor without a mask. Because it was basically the same head, just a different skin tone. My Jitsu is suffering from the wonky eye syndrome that other figures have had in this series, especially with MER-MAN. But it's not terrible. It's just he's got one lazy eye over there, it looks like. But yeah, this Jitsu, I like that his teeth are even painted. That's actually really cool. His teeth kind of pop out. Kind of has a grimacing looking face. Kind of has looks like he has an overbite though with that, but I like him. My Jitsu, I remember getting him one year for my birthday with Night Stalker. It came in the Night Stalker Jitsu 2-pack, and I always liked Jitsu. He was a badass figure. My only gripe about this is the sword. It's the same sword that came with Ninjor. It's painted a different color, but that sword was so fragile and brittle. This sword is the same. They didn't improve the build quality of the sword at all. It just feels like it's going to break. And unfortunately for Jitsu, he doesn't have a place to put his sword in the back of his armor. So he's always going to be holding his sword if you want him with his weapon. So that's just something to look out for. You might not want to put him on a shelf where he could fall over easily. So there we go. Another wave in the books. This is Wave 7, Masters of the Universe Origins. Like I said, they're not in stores yet. They're coming. They'll be there soon. I think December is when we're going to start seeing these in stores. I happen to get them early. I'm very happy about that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you're excited about these figures. Masters of the Universe Origins is definitely my favorite toy line right now. I'm going to collect them all. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this line. This is just like the greatest thing ever. I'll see you guys next time.